Hello, hello. Happy Thursday, everyone. We're live today to hear some of the stories of one of our students. And today we're interviewing Carlos. Carlos finished the English for Yoga Teachers course at the beginning of this year and has really built an amazing career for himself already. So I would love to share a little bit about his journey. Carlos, do you want to join with your yoga account or your personal account? I will send you an invite to both. And let's see. Hello, everyone joining us. So great to see you. Let's see if Carlos is able to connect. Yes!
Let me switch my camera and here I am. Hello, Annie.
Hello, Carlos. How are you doing, lovely?
So good. So far, so good.
Amazing. It's so good to see you. Tell us a little bit, how's everything going for you?
Well, it's going great. After taking the course, it's been a lift off for my yoga career. Now I'm closing some deals, okay, creating new programs, but I'm going to dip on that later in this interview.
Amazing. I do want to hear about your deals, the programs that you're creating. I've already introduced people that are joining us, that we're here to listen to your story. You're going to tell us a little bit about your experience with yoga, learning English, also teaching English and yoga, and now how you've built your career. So tell us a little bit, who are you and what do you do? Oh, we lost the connection. Hello, everyone joining. Let's see if we can get Carlos back in the room. Right, so for those that are joining us just now, I think we lost Carlos for a moment, but we're here to speak about his journey from being a Spanish yoga teacher, becoming an English-speaking yoga teacher as well, and all the things that he's done in between to get there, and what he's up to right now, because he's creating his own business. He's got some really, really great, there we go. It's trying to join again. Some really, really great programs going on. So I would love to share that with you. Let's see, we're back.
Yes, we're back, okay. Well, let me introduce myself. As you might know, my name is Carlos. I was born and raised in Maracaibo. I love the beautiful city with a warm weather in the west of the Venezuela. And let's start on how I learned English. And it's because since I was a child, my aunt was studying languages, on how to teach languages. And she pushed me a little bit into English since I was a child, like 4 or 5 years old. And in my elementary school, I got English as a subject, of course, in high school. Even in college, I studied with some books in English. But it wasn't until my 30s that I formally studied English. And then I discovered that I wanted to be an English language teacher also. So I improved myself because every time that I decide to shift or to change careers, I want to be the best in that area. So I decided to take a diploma on that, and I mastered my skills in English. But almost 8 years ago, I decided to start my journey on yoga, right? And it was good until 2 or 3 years ago that one of my teachers told me, when are you going to take the plunge and learn how to teach yoga? So it was in January 2001, yes, in 2001, that even in the middle of the pandemic crisis, I started to take a teacher training online. 1 year and a half later, I became a yoga instructor. Then I took another teacher training on power yoga. My first one was on hatha yoga. And then I was good to teach, okay? But I wanted to level up my skills. So I decided, if I am good as an English language teacher, what about teaching yoga in English? And then it's when I met this beautiful girl, okay, you, of course, Annie, and I was following you. You remember those interactions that we had on Instagram, on all the details that you can learn from Annie for free, okay? Then I decided to take the course that transformed big part of my life since 6 months ago.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much for sharing this. It's interesting, right? Because you already taught English, so your English was really, really good already, but you felt like maybe it's not enough to also teach yoga in English. How did you realize that those two things are different?
One of the things that I learned, not in the hard way, was that teaching yoga in English requires part of the vocabulary, part of giving the instructions and sequencing. And this wasn't given to me on my teacher trainings, in either of both. So one of the things that I paid attention and said, I need to master this skill on how to cue, how to give instructions to my students, and even teach yoga, because yoga is not only about the postures themselves. No, it's also beyond that, the part of the philosophy, the mindfulness, meditation, and all that stuff. So that's when I decided to take a look, and I saw the opportunity, okay, because I am a recipient of your scholarship, which has benefited me. And I'm really thankful for that, because there's no other way I could have done this. Thank you, Annie.
No, you're so welcome. And I'm really, really excited for you. Because obviously on the training, you're already explaining that you learned how to cue, the vocabulary that we use in our yoga classes, also teach beyond asana, include mindfulness, meditation. What did you learn or improve the most?
Well, one of the things that was interesting to me was finding out that, okay, the asana's name or the posture's name, they have so many different names in my language, in Spanish, okay? And in Sanskrit, we all know we have a common reference on how to get to them. But what about in English? So that was the first thing to learn by heart, you know? What are the names so we can have a common tongue to speak in our classes, okay? And one of the things that impacted me the most during my training was on the formulas we use on how to cue, and that we can adapt some parts of it so we can make it on our own, and we put ourselves into those instructions in the way we teach, but we have a simple and effective way on how to communicate with our students.
Amazing, amazing. And I think with that, you mean the adaptation of those words and the cues that you use, also really expressing your authentic self, right?
Yes, it gave me the power of my voice. It adapted the way I can address to my students and communicate effectively my instructions, because sometimes we don't pay that much attention if our message is properly conveyed to our students. If they miss some instructions, what are the cues that I need to adapt and improve so they can get the best of me and they can explore their best of themselves?
Fantastic, amazing. And I've seen your progress, right? We worked together for, was it 4 months on the course, but even before that on Instagram, we've been writing to each other a lot. Looking back on this whole process, what do you think was most useful for you?
Well, it's been many things, or a couple of things, maybe, because I like to exaggerate sometimes. But first of all, the interaction with my beautiful classmates. And if you are seeing this, Marie and Mark, you were such a great company in our process because we developed together our skills, our confidence. Because in my case, yes, English is, it feels almost like natural to me, but for some of them, it wasn't, okay? So we helped each other creating the sense of a community between us and exploring the ways we can improve ourselves. I love that part of the process. Also, the support you can get from Annie, because she's always behind you, you know, how can I help? How can I improve this? Let's work on this together. It's like you are going hand to hand with her in that process to help you out, get the best teacher in you.
You are incredible, incredible. Thank you so much for your kind words. Really makes me feel a bit emotional. I've got one more question for you, because you've been through the process, you found your voice, you now can teach with a lot of confidence, really expressing the things that you want to say in the most effective and clear way possible. What are the things that you are working on right now? Because you've got a lot of exciting projects going on.
Oh dear, it's been through our conversations, our constant conversations, that I've grown myself. And I decided what is the vision that I want to accept and explore during my process of setting up my business, because you have a model dedicated to how to make successful business on yoga. Mm-hmm. And I decided, for me, my vision is to connect with people who are starting on yoga, because we all started on that path at some point and we had some challenges. But now as teachers, we can pass on some tips, okay, beyond our explanations or what the things that we teach in our classes, okay? But also we can help, or in my case, I can help, okay? And that is my mission too, help newcomer teachers that are just finishing up their teacher trainings and want to boost their confidence and their teaching. So that is my vision, and I connected through that thanks to this course, okay? Now I understand the value of connections. People, connections are good. You don't have competitors in this business or in any business. You can create allies on what you have in common with them. And now I'm doing the best to connect with other people, especially with my people over here in Maracaibo. But I want to expand my business, so I don't want to stay up in here. I want to explore the world. And I was given the tools to do so.
Mm-hmm. Incredible. I'm so excited for you. I've seen some things going on. You created another yoga account on Instagram, so you're really working on the specific goals and the mission. This is so important, the mission and the purpose that you have, because yoga is not accessible in all the places around the world yet. And for you, having the knowledge to know how to share this with the people that most benefit from it or need it is extremely valuable. So thank you so much for the work that you do out there.
Oh, thank you, Annie, for all this journey that we've been together. And now we are on that same journey for the rest of our lives, because once you make the connection with Annie, it's almost impossible to live without.
Ah, you're too kind. No, and it's true. Like, we're connected. Even though we live in completely different parts of the world, there's always ways for us to work together, help each other out, give each other feedback, maybe even refer to each other, because there's always people that you can't help, but maybe you can. So I'm really, really, really grateful to be part of your journey and always stay connected.
Thank you, Annie, for all those kind words.
Do you have any final words of advice or things that you would like to share with people that are watching?
Well, I want to pass some wisdom on you, because if you are watching this, maybe you are part of my vision too. And I just want to say, take the opportunities, whatever or whenever they are. Even if you can't take the course in this moment, okay, explore all the contents that Annie and Enga Unite has to help you shape the way you want to improve yourself. And set some goals, okay? Maybe not this year, but why not? Think about planning ahead, okay? And taking some actions to be the best version of yourself.
Amazing, beautiful, really, really beautiful. Carl, for those actually that are watching, do you have questions about anything? Is there anything that you would like to ask Carlos, or anything that you would like to ask about what it really means to become an English-speaking yoga teacher? Let's see if there's questions coming in here. Is there anything that I forgot to ask you, Carlos?
Well, I don't think so, but there is something important I'd like to remark, because in your course, I learned how to sequence, right? Because in both of my teacher trainings, I didn't have that opportunity. I worked on some scripts, but the ability to create yourself some scripts and even to plan classes beyond one class, because once you set a kind of curriculum, you know, on what you want to teach. This is what I'm working right now, okay? I'm working on a full course that involves some classes, okay? Those skills, I got them from this opportunity, okay? So whenever you are ready, you feel like you want to do it, just do it, okay? Just accept that this is the moment, or that is the moment that you want to process and improve anything you want.
Amazing, really amazing. That's true, right? Opportunities arise or suddenly become visible to us because there is some part of us that is ready to receive it and start learn and develop more. I believe that all of those things really happen for a reason at the right time. So yes, thank you so much for sharing, Carlos. It's been an absolute pleasure actually seeing you again live, having this conversation with you. And I really can't wait to see all your plans, the purpose, your mission come to life, and see more of you coming by here on my feed on Instagram.
Yes, you're going to see my progress every time.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. Where are other places that people can find you if they want to know more about you?
If you want to get in touch with me, just follow this account, Yoga con Chapman. Yes, I'm Spanish. I know I'm a Spanish speaker. Yoga con Chapman on Instagram, or you can find me on Facebook too. All right. That is the best way you can get a connection with me and to see how is my process going, okay? And how can you be part of it?
Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you so much. And like I said, I will see you very soon. I will see you here on Instagram, and I really can't wait seeing all your plans, all your amazing projects coming to life.
Yes, of course. And please don't forget, okay? A big warm hug for you. Yes.
Oh, you're a sweetheart. Everyone, thank you so much for joining us. If you haven't registered yet, tomorrow we start the 3-day mini course to learn how to teach with confidence. You can still register for free until tomorrow. That's the very last day that you can access the course on the platform for free and also watch all the videos for free. So don't forget that. I hope to see all of you there. And Carlos, I will see you very, very soon.
Yes, for sure.
Love. Big hug and kisses.
Yes, warm hug. Bye.